Hey, Heather.
Hey, Steven.
You know what we should do?
What should we do?
You know what we should do?
Ooh, say it!
We should get into it! Heather,
That's Steven.
let's
get
get
into
remakes and reboots.
And reboots, baby. Okay, that was
I
kind
don't
of
know
together.
if we were together. I don't know, because it
We
did not come
kinda
together
were
at
at the end.
all. At all.
Dear listeners, we are remote because it is cold as fuck in Orlando right now, and we are Q was like, what was that? And we do not want to go leave our respective houses and go outside because it is, for Orlando, it is chilly. It's 44 degrees right now in Orlando.
Feels like a 35 earlier today. Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
35.
Yeah, no.
I'm not gonna lie,
So-
I'm kind of loving it because I
I
know
mean-
it's temporary. We'll see what the apocalypse brings, but I know.
And I mean, I would rather be cold than sweat any day. Like, I see these memes that are like, I'd rather have it be 100 degrees than 30. And I'm like, I'd rather have 30 degrees because I don't like to sweat.
Yeah, no. First of all, I fuck sweating. Second of all, you can always put on more clothes to get warmer, but you can only take so much off before you get arrested.
And they say, like, it's actually, if you're somewhere like, let's say if you're stranded on a deserted island and it's hot as balls, they say it's a bad idea to take your clothes off. Like, it's a better idea to actually keep your clothes on because not only does it protect you from the sun, but like, I don't know, they say it's just, yeah, not that I'll ever need.
The earth don't want to see your skank ass naked. Is what you just told me.
They ain't trying to see this jelly. So, Steven, this is a
Get
very
ready for this jelly.
Steven, this is a very loaded question this week, and I've been asked this question a lot this week, considering my my day line of work. So, Steven, how has your week been?
Awful. Next question.
You know what? Actually, let's try some. I was going to say toxic positivity because I use that term a lot. What is the best thing that has happened to you this week since Sunday? What's been your favorite thing that's happened?
I've started using my water glass to put vodka in.
Okay.
Which is this guy.
But that's not a Stanley, right? It's like it's a Manly. It's
no, this is straight up. I got this at Five Below for $5 and below. This is my living room cup because I'm like, for the longest time, I could not. I was like, okay, everybody loves these Stanley cups. Everybody loves these things. Wow, your ice is so cold, blah, 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 blah. And I have friends that are obsessed with Stanleys, and they get the accessories, and they have earrings, and they have pants, and they have bows, and they have all of these things. And now, you know what? I tell you, I kind of get it now because, first of all, just the sheer volume is why I like this 40-ounce cup, to be honest with you. Sheer volume, because the amount of times when I'm at my day job and I have to fill up my water glass, I'm constantly filling up my water glass. So I actually bought a one off of Amazon that is also definitely a Manly. It was like $12 or $13, and it's real cute. It's like a hunter green kind of like camo kind of green color, and it does hold, like, it keeps things very cold. Like, now granted, I don't let my beverages last very long. Like, I am a stickler on being hydrated. I'm constantly drinking water. So, like, I don't care to have my ice cold for 32 hours. But I will say, now part of this is Orlando because I left it in the car last night and I went and got it out this morning and the ice was still in there. But that's partly because it was 40 degrees last night.
Yeah, I have definitely multiple cups. I have what I like to call my living room and like my guest room cup, and it's like this green, it's actually a mason jar cup that I got in a subscription box years ago, and I still use it. So that's for the front of the house. Then in the bedroom, I have a cup that I got from work that's insulated. It was like, I typically don't like to get, tchotchkes like that as gifts because they just pile up. But I was like, ooh, an insulated cup, I will take this. So
always use a cup.
Right. That's in the bedroom. And like on the nightstand, I always have water. I always have a Powerade, and I typically have a vitamin water too. And sometimes a Spindrift. So I have like a whole buffet of drinks.
Holy shit.
I know I'm weird. And then I have a cup at work that I use too every day, and I fill it with water. But do I hydrate properly? Nope.
No.
I sure don't.
Does
and
your skin still look flawless? Yes.
It's because I don't have kids. That's what I always tell people.
Ah!
But I am terrible about actually drinking water and hydrating. Like water is so boring to me. And once I drink it, I'm like, okay, Heather, this wasn't so bad. But like my first go-to beverage is always the yellow vitamin water because it has caffeine and it has vitamin C and B12 and it tastes delicious. So that's always, which is terrible because it's high in sugar. But like, I'm pretty sure my kidneys are like, you raggedy ass bitch, please
but
give us water.
Go-to outside of water though is also a yellow beverage, like whether
Vodka?
It be Powerade or Gatorade. That's not. I'm not buying yellow vodka. No, thank you. But my like Gatorades and Powerades, I always like yellow.
Yeah,
it's my
same.
favorite flavor.
Yeah, I am a big fan of Gatorade and Powerade. I don't really have a preference because it depends on the flavor. Like Powerade makes a better blue than Gatorade, but Gatorade makes a better red than Powerade.
See, so I can't have those. I am so skeptical of the world now that I only will, when it comes to like things like that, I will only have yellow. Like I ordered a 5-pound bag of just yellow gummy bears because I can't have the rest.
Have you had a colonoscopy yet?
I have.
Okay, I was gonna say you'd be good to go because you can't have anything red before a colonoscopy.
No, you get that one little lemony yellow bitch that makes you shit your insides out.
Oh, I didn't do that. I did Miralax because I told the doctor that I have like I can't do thick substances. It
wasn't thick.
Gag. The drink
Mine
that they
was
give
water.
You?
Yeah.
Oh no, I did Miralax and I put that shit in Gatorade and it was delightful. Well, not delightful. It was horrible, but you know what I mean. I was like, I'm not doing that gunk.
I literally had my timer going and like every 8 minutes or some shit.
Yep.
Literally, it was like, okay, here we go, another glass.
Here we go.
It tastes horrible. It tasted like it has met a lemon before. I wouldn't call it lemon flavored. Maybe it was set next to a lemon somewhere.
It was like lemon acquaintance.
Like yes. So Heather, what was the one non-hateful thing of your week?
Does Sunday still count as this week?
Sure.
Okay. Sunday, I had lunch with my mom and my brother and my sister-in-law and Mikey and the new baby. We went to Garibaldi's in Apopka. And we had such a good time. The margaritas were popping. Mikey was hilarious. He was like ordering for the whole table. He was like, I want the queso fundido and this and this. And the lady was like, oh, okay. He knows what he wants. So that was a highlight of my week. Otherwise, and then on Monday, because there were certain things happening in the world, I literally just ate edibles all day and I watched 21 Jump Street, which highly recommend when you're high. It's so funny.
The new one or the old one? Speaking of today's.
I know, right? I watched 21 Jump Street, which was much needed, and just spent the day with my good husband, and we just.
The new one or the old one? You didn't answer.
Oh, the new one with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. Yeah, it's funny. It's so funny.
I've seen it. I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. And it's just my level of humor because I hate gross out humor. Like Jackass is like a perfect storm for me because Jackass makes me laugh so hard, but not when they do disgusting things. Like I don't want to see anything with a porta potty. I don't want to see anything with vomit. Like you can staple.
I don't want to see anything with food.
Yeah, same. Like I want to see you get shot out of a cannon. I want to see a big like fist punch somebody in the face. Like that's what I love. Or animals. Animals on Jackass make me laugh so hard because there's always something.
You can't.
I love Jackass. I'm like a 17-year-old boy, but
you really are.
I know. What are you drinking, Steven?
I have vodka and Coke Zero in my glass.
Ooh. I'm drinking a lovely Chardonnay with this lovely cup I got when I was in Canada. So last year we went up to Shadiac, New Brunswick, which highly recommend if you need like a mental health. Shadiac, Shediac. It's the lobster capital of Canada. And I love Shadiac so much. I would live there if I could because it's so just chill, but they've got a cool downtown scene. First language is French, so that was interesting.
Ah,
Oui, oui.
oui, bonjour, ça va bien? Comment tu t'appelles?
Yeah, because I think lobster is from it. Hold on, I gotta look in Google now. From a in
That
French.
sounds like
I probably fucked
cheese.
this up. From it is nope. That means from. Wait, from in French.
From now on,
What is it?
these
Let's
eyes will not
see.
be blinded
Oh
by
no,
the
I'm fucking it
light.
up. But anyway, I learned basic words when I was there, and I think I mentioned this before. The main liquor store there is literally next door to a dispensary, so it is
Oh,
two-stop shop. And in Canada, their shit is fucking slapping. They sell soda in there. It was like 20 milligrams soda, so it was just the best trip. But all we do all day is drink. We drink from the moment we get up to the moment we go to bed because it's like a family reunion. And so it's just beer and wine all day long.
If I was going to be around family, I'd have to be fucked up too. Like, no, fucked up.
This is Jason's paternal side of the family. I love all of them. They are all so funny and they love me. But I got this cup because I was drinking so much wine that I was going through the solos one after the other. And I was like, let me just buy a nice souvenir. And I got this in a little tourist shop.
You know you can refill a solo cup, right?
I know, but I wanted like a little like.
You don't have to justify spending on me, but don't be like, I threw away 47 solo cups and then all of a sudden I decided I have to have this corksicle.
But you know how parties are or whatever, where you have a solo cup. If you don't put your name on it, you set it down and then you're like, shit, somebody else had wine. Whose is it? And it just gets confusing. So I'm like, no one's going to touch this shit. But anyway, so yes, Garibaldi was the highlight of my week. And so far that has pretty much been, because the week before was karaoke. Because we haven't done this in 2 weeks.
We haven't, and we didn't. Oh, we can talk about karaoke wars.
Yeah. So
dear listeners and watchers. Dear listeners, our lovely host here, Mr. Heather Abood, has now hosting a karaoke war show. It's now in Australia. And it's also with Mr. CJ Russell, the husband of Miss Ginger Minge, and it was so much fun, and I was so bad at it. But I had a great time. I'm sorry to my team again. There were 2 teams of 4, and they can have up to 4 teams, which God bless the people who can. It was a lot for me. I was like, I am a choreographer.
Okay,
I'm a choreographer. I don't know words to songs, even so. Like most popular things, like when I did a dance version of Frozen. I don't know these goddamn words. So I'm like, yes, I want to do this. Ginger, I want to be on your team. Let's go. And I was like, oh, fuck. I will say, while I didn't get a lot of words right, I was entertaining. And there's a difference.
Yes, you were.
There's a difference.
And
I wish I could have remembered what I sang during when I was a young boy.
Oh my
and then
God,
my dad said I shouldn't study music. That'll get me nowhere in life.
It was so good. And dear listeners, the premise of karaoke wars is you can have up to 4 teams, but in this case we had 2. And so each team, so let's say you got team A and team B. So team A picks a category for team B. So let's say they pick country and Disney. So then team B has to pick somebody. They have 30 seconds to pick a designee from their team to go up and represent the team. So then you go up on stage and your thing is you can't look at the words. So
unless
it has to be
John.
We had a friend named John who joined us, and John was so wasted.
We'll get to that. We'll get
at the TV. Yes. But yeah, so you have to have your back turned. So it's all pretty much and the thing is, you would think it's easier said than done because you know a lot of songs. But if you think about it, it's mostly the chorus you know of a song. So like, if you asked me like Ariana Grande, Breathe In, I could not sing you the verses, but I could do the just keep breathing and breathing in. See, I got that.
Breathe out, breathe
but even
in.
that song, I mean, that's the beginning of the song, so you'd be fine. But like nobody.
I don't even know what song.
Breathe in, breathe out. That's Bush.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Breathe in.
I don't know these things.
It's because I worked at, I tell Jason all the time, like I'll hear a random song somewhere and he's like, how the fuck do you know that song? I worked at Hard Rock for what, 4 or 5 years. So 5 days a week of hearing these songs. It's why I know all these fucking songs by Jimmy Buffett. Like I can sing Cheeseburger in Paradise, but I will not be able to sing the Star Spangled Banner because I'll fuck up the words.
Oh my God. So let me tell you, hold on. I want to tell the audience about my favorite, John.
Oh God.
Because,
John.
okay, my team consisted of Divine Grace, Ginger Minge, me, and this lovely person named Josh, who I forget what, they're also a drag queen. I forget their name.
Oh, yeah, Salem Sanderson.
Yes. Josh and Josh, both Ginger and Josh, were both very helpful in our team. They were both very, very good. Me and Divine Grace, not so much. The other team, they were short a person, and so we basically guilted this man to play, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll play," and he seemed really cool, super chill. Tell me why he gets up on stage, and then he immediately turns around to the karaoke screen, and we're all like, "Dude, that's not how this works. This doesn't happen." So then Divine Grace pushes it up because it was like one of those pull down screens, and we're just laughing. And then he's like going around to every screen he can find to find these words to sing a song because he thinks he just has to sing the song. Did he get better throughout the game? No. Did he leave partway through to go find his husband? Yes. Did he come back with husband? Still don't know.
Yep. And he brought chicken wings back too. So he went on a whole ass adventure. It was like fucking Homeward Bound. Like he and his friends went on an adventure and they just, so hopefully listeners listening to this will help alleviate the pains of the week that has been, because my God, what a week. It's literally the 22nd of January 2025, and it feels already like it's been 6 months. Like
it feels like 1951. What are you talking about?
Oh my God. I know. I was listening, speaking of Ariana Grande, I was listening to her first album the other day, and in the song Tattooed Heart, she says, like, I want to say we're going steady like it's 1954. And I was like, no, we don't. Nope. You don't want to go back to 1954. Nope, Ariana.
Heather's not even allowed in the same restaurant as me, right?
I'm sure not. 1954. No, I was like, we don't want to do that. No. But anyway, that was just the warm-up act for what the main topic of our podcast is today, friends. And Stephen, tell them what we're talking about.
Reboots and remakes and remakes and reboots, things, TV shows and movies that have gotten either a do-over or like a spin-off kind of. Because I want to say like some of the reboots are more so when like, oh, it's been off the air for a while. Let's put it back on. Let's find something that we can make this interesting. And then remakes are just mostly a waste of time.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about it, this podcast, Heather and Steve get into, it was kind of a reboot because it's a reboot of Champagne Synopsis, just minus 2 people.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. I mean, it's a little bit of a reboot. Well, no, it's a new podcast.
It's a new one, yeah. I mean, we still discuss things, but
we do.
We don't do the 1 minute thing, but you know.
Oh, yeah. We should do the 1 minute thing for something like, Stephen, talk about global warming. Go. No, I'm kidding.
The earth is hot and it's getting hotter.
I'm making a prediction right now. It is January 22nd, 2005 at 7:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This year in 2025, 2025 is going to be the hottest summer we've ever had on record. And I say that.
Because every summer has been hotter than the one before.
But it goes back and forth sometimes. But this one's going to be extraordinarily bad.
Where's the map? Where's our weatherman?
Listen, anytime that it is this cold in Orlando for this long, it means the summer is miserable. Happened last year too. And I feel like the summer is going to be like, they're going to tell people to stay inside. They're going to close theme parks. Like it's going to be.
No, they'll never close a theme park. They barely close them during hurricanes.
You're right.
And by barely, there's been times where I have been in a theme park, whether working or not, during a hurricane.
Oh, Busch Gardens closed. Busch Gardens closed yesterday because it was so windy in Tampa. They were like, fuck this. Bye, we're closing.
But here's the thing, is that wind actually can affect a lot of roller coasters you don't think about.
That, and they've got all the animals.
And all those animals were in their little shoe boxes in the back trying to stay warm.
We need to go to Busch Gardens. Maybe we could squeeze that in during my birthday weekend. I
haven't been in forever.
We went, when did we last? I think we went last summer, and it was fucking hot as balls. I just remember like looking at the animals and there was sweat dripping into my eyeballs. And I was like, this is not a fun experience.
And they were looking back at you with sweat in their eyeballs going like, ma'am, why are you here?
And I don't ride anything there but the fucking train because it's all roller coasters. So I get my little cocktail at that little pavilion. And
do you know who just recently went? Mr. Michael Van Dyke went recently, and he he posted something that I didn't know it existed. Is there some kind of like aviary there that you can?
Yes, there is an aviary.
Feed birds. And
they have one in Gatorland.
Several, I know, but it was closed. Remember when we went?
Oh yeah.
Because they go through like little. It was like it's closed, it's open, it's closed, it's open, and we kept missing it.
Yeah, it was like pulsing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with aviaries because I don't like birds. So
I have so many birds tattooed on my body. I love them, and my favorite bird is what, Heather?
The shoebill stork.
Shoebill stork is correct. You almost said Horton.
The ugliest bird. If that shit
majestic right bird. Majestic bird.
Speaking of birds,
one of those birds was a professor at Shiz.
Yes, I respect that. When we were at Garibaldi's on Sunday, we kept hearing in the distance, and my mom was like, "That's a sandhill crane." And we're like, "Mom, no, it's not. It's like the music." And sure enough, a fucking sandhill crane was just like walking through the parking lot of the restaurant, just like.
You couldn't find its car instead of being able to
like,
use
"Want a
its
margarita?"
Boop, boop. He said, "Yeah, let me come over and slide on in.
Let me.
You got salt or no salt? Is that sugar? I want sugar."
All right. So before we dive into, of course, we asked our friends on the good face of book what they thought about reboots and remakes and what's the best, the worst, and what we wish we could see. So do we want to start off by doing a quick hit 3 each and talking about it? Or do we want to take one segment at a time, like the best, then the worst, then one we wish would happen? Or do we just want to do a rapid fire?
I love you, but we both know that we both won't be able to stay on that topic and that structure. It's just not going to happen. So we did the intro. We talked about what we're talking about, and then we went on a full sandhill crane bird at margaritas. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So let's start with this. Okay.
Yes.
What do you have a favorite reboot or remake, and specify whether it's TV or movie?
Yes. So I would say my favorite, they said remake or reboot, same thing. Okay. So
no, it's not. It's not. Reboot.
Oh, it's not the same thing.
Something that gets brought back to life.
So which one is this? Are we talking remake or reboot again?
Pick a lane, no matter.
Okay, reboot. I think my favorite reboot over the last few years has been Bel-Air on Peacock. They took. Have you watched it yet?
Oh yeah, I watched it because of you.
Yes, and it's so good. And they took a show. I remember when they announced it because it started as a viral video somebody just made on their own dime, and they're like, "Hey, what if the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a drama?" You know, kind of like they'll do like Mrs. Doubtfire as a horror movie.
Oh my god, I love those.
Me too. So they did Bel-Air as a drama, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, this is actually like really good." So I guess Will Smith got in touch with the guy who did the viral video, and together they came up with Bel-Air. And I remember when they first like
hold up.
Yeah.
Was this just a rando who lived in like Pacoima?
It was just a guy who decided he wanted to do a reboot thing.
Did he have was he in the industry? Do we know if like what his skills like? Because
I think he's just like a film.
Should I just putting out everything on the internet, hoping that a celebrity that I won't recognize will call me and be like, "Hey,
it just went viral because it was so good, and no one ever thinks of the Fresh Prince as being like, you know, the Fresh Prince had dramatic moments, like the dad scene.
Oh, I was just about to say, like, it is still the most gut wrenching scene.
I'm like, why can't he? How come you don't want me, man?
Because because the people at home who don't know this, his father really left him. In real life, and then he broke character in the scene, and I forget who played Uncle Phil.
Good.
What's his name?
James Avery, yes.
James went Avery. In for the you could tell this was not an acting hug. This was like, oh my god, you need a friend hug, and I am tearing up right now thinking about it.
It's so good. It's so good. So they kind of took that emotion you feel in that scene, they put it into the series, and so for those who haven't seen it, I won't spoil a lot for you, but essentially they flip the archetypes of all the characters. So like Uncle Phil on this reboot is so fucking fine. My God, this man is hot. And when I tell people, I'm like, Uncle Phil's so hot on the new Bel Air, and they're like, what? And I show them, and they're like, what? So like, Uncle Phil is hot. Jeffrey is hot. Well, Aunt Viv,
Arguably, Jeffrey was never not hot. I don't know. He was a very attractive man even back then. Jeffrey?
You thought he was or was not?
He was. He was an attractive man.
I mean, he wasn't too bad. Yeah.
He wasn't
but
like
not
a panty dropper.
Jeffrey. But yeah, so like Aunt Viv is still Aunt Viv, but it's very like Michelle Obama-y vibes. Hillary is a super smart influencer versus being an airhead.
Airhead weather girl.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. And then Carlton is the biggest swerve because Carlton was the clown on the sitcom, but in this reboot of Bel Air, he's almost like the villain. Like he's very serious. He has terrible anxiety. He has a drug problem. And at first I was like, this shit ain't gonna work because Carlton is Carlton. But like it's so good. So highly recommend. That's been my favorite reboot so far in the last like quite a few years is Bel Air, followed closely by Saved by the Bell, which Steph, I'm so sorry I'm going against what you said, but I loved the Saved by the Bell reboot. I thought it was just
I like parts of it. I like parts of it. I couldn't fully get on board with it, which is why I haven't finished it. And
you haven't?
I haven't finished it. I have not. ADHD. But there are definitely parts where I was like, oh, this is really cool. And there's parts that I guess I was just like, oh, Zach is a dad now. Like,
yeah,
I would have I would have been fine if it would have just been all new students with all new parents that we didn't know.
But I did like that the kid who plays Zach Morris's son on the show nailed it. He is like baby Zach, like the look, the cadence, like they nailed that casting.
I'm sure his mom biologically was obsessed with Saved by the Bell because she'd be that age.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I'm raising my son to be either AC Slater or Zach Morris.
I've been
stabbed a guy at a bar. Sorry.
He sure did. I was just listening to a podcast about that. Steven, in your opinion, what's been the best reboot?
Okay, so I think my reboot / remake actually covers both TV and film.
Oh, okay.
It, Stephen King, I thought. The TV movie was fire and fucked me up in so many ways, but the 2-part movie that came was beautifully cast, beautifully performed, shot beautifully. Like I had no notes. No notes.
It's so good. And that director was very stylized in how he did it. And like, I've never seen anything else to this day from that director. It's like Andy, he's Italian, Andy something.
Andy, bibbidi bobbidi boobidi.
Bibbidi bobbidi, pasta fagu. The TV movie was a staple.
Can I just pause real quick?
Yes.
Is that a long time ago at the place of work, in the early 200,000s or whatever year this is, my buddy Arvin, when we worked together, he went to go to lunch one time and he decided to go up to the window that you could order from, and he decided to do an accent like this. He's like, hi, what soups do you have today? And the girl, who was probably 18, maybe 18 and a half, goes, it's pasta fagioli. And then so he immediately breaks character, and it's like, what is that? And she goes, I know Italian.
Oh my God.
So ever since then, when you say fagioli, I see fagioli.
Oh my God. That's like, I almost just said it. I don't call the water park Aquatica. I literally can't say because I want to say it the other way. I don't call it Aquatica. Like I call it Aquatica.
Aquatica. I know her.
Because a friend of mine said that she ran into some girl, was like, oh my God, blah, 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 I'm taking the kids to SeaWorld in the Aquatica. She's like, what? Aquatica? So like even saying the word Aquatica, I have to think about saying Aquatica because I now am programmed to say Aquatica.
Aquatica. Do you know how long it took me to be able to say horror instead of just horror? Because I'd be like, are you going to Halloween Horror Nights? And they're like, what?
What?
I'm like,
That's
sorry,
me with the word
Halloween horror.
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 the word brewery, where you get beer. I can't say it. I always say brewery.
That
Brewery.
sounds right to me. Brewery.
It also could be because my
Slow
mom
it down
is
for
from
the
St.
people at home. Hold on. Do it again.
Brewery. Like brewery. Like I'm from
brewery.
My mom's from St. Louis, so I feel like that's the St. Louis brewery. Because people do really talk like that in St. Louis. Like Nelly. Oh, we don't talk about Nelly on this podcast anymore. Never mind.
Furtado?
Anyway.
We can talk about her.
Yes. So, but no, that's a good one. Those movies fucked me up in all the best ways. Cause like I want to watch a horror movie and have it like get under my skin for at least 24 hours where I'm thinking about it. And both the It movies, you watch a horror movie sometimes and you're like, that was okay. But like this one got under my skin and just like,
I think I was almost nervous as an adult to watch it when it came out again, because I was like, okay, I know how I reacted as a child. I still have a lot of similar fears. Like I'm not afraid of clowns or anything like that, but that fucking spider in the sewer shit.
Really?
And that hello, yes, no. Like as a kid,
for me, it was the baby birds.
I was like, where
the baby birds? The baby birds.
Like looking for my inhaler. I'm like, throw the fucking inhaler.
That's battery acid, you slime. No, that the scene where they're in the Chinese restaurant. Fucked. I used to have to fast forward past it as a kid because that embryo fucked me up. And when they did it in the new movie, I was like, son of a fucking bitch, here we go. And they made it even worse in the new movie. And
they did.
Ugh.
And that naked lady running around.
Ew.
Like what?
Ew.
What? I like
Paul Bunyan fucks me up. Paul Bunyan
was unexpected.
Paul Bunyan.
He was unexpected. I was like, but he's tall.
And the
Heather.
leper?
He's tall. I can change him.
He just has an anger problem.
Angry. He lost Blue, his ox, who didn't come to life for some reason.
No, Blue was not the name of Paul Bunyan's ox, Stephen.
Hold on. Hold on. What was his name? Was Ox?
Babe. Babe was the ox.
I was so close. I had 2 of the 4 letters.
Hey, wait. I learned a song about Paul Bunyan when I was a kid. Hey, Paul Bunyan. He was 63 axe handles, habits, feet on the ground, and his head in sky. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Bunyan.
Bunyan. I feel like, was that like one of your cheerleading routines growing up?
No, we learned it in like elementary school. It was like a Disney cartoon, and then we learned it.
Oh, that does sound kind of familiar.
They used to have like all the tall tales. It was like him and like Johnny Appleseed and John Henry.
Was it Disney or was it Merry Melodies?
It may have been Merry Melodies.
I don't know. It was
maybe, I don't know.
The early 1900s.
Yeah. We remember it. All right, so that was best.
Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Here's a reboot that I kind of could fuck with for a second, and I liked it. I didn't finish going through, but I liked the Connors when they were like, fuck Roseanne for being a cunt. Let's do this without her. We're killing her off. And I was like, yeah, that's great. And Lori Metcalf actually donated to my theater.
What? How?
Lori, she gave us a donation.
How did she find out about y'all?
From John Malkovich, who also gave us a donation.
How did he find out about it?
So John's nephew, his kids go to my studio. I've had them for years on years. I teach them dance. Isn't that not the most wildest thing?
Can you ask John Malkovich if he knows Pedro Pascal? I'm asking for a friend. That's it.
He probably does.
For a friend. It's just
he tells me he knows all the lizards from different animated movies. That's a slow burn. Get in there. This is from a previous episode, ladies and gentlemen.
I was like, what lizard? What? Oh, anyway. No. Okay. So really quick. Well, no, I take that back. This would be a remake. So never mind. I'm done with my reboots.
I mean, you can talk about a remake. Go ahead. There's no rules here. There's no laws.
Oh, okay. Oh, remake. Okay. I was going to say a remake that I really enjoyed was the League of Their Own series that was on Amazon Prime like 2 years ago.
That should be called a reboot, not a remake, because they went like before right?
No, it was like the same time. They just reimagined the Peaches and they reimagined everything else.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, yeah. But
without all the racism.
Oh, I just thought of a bad reboot that I didn't eat. Sorry, I'm writing it down because I just thought of a reboot that is probably going to move to the top of my list now. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed League of Their Own, and I am such a League of Their Own purist. It's one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time. And so I was very skeptical about how they'd approach it. And I really enjoyed it. And they made it so gay. And I was very
it's
they made it
basically
gay,
softball.
they made it black. Yeah, right. And that's why. And it reflected, queer stories. It reflected the experience that the Black players had. So I went in completely cynical. I was like, this shit's gonna be awful. Yeah.
So this has also been one of my favorite movies. I know we're not talking about the remake right now, but one of the favorite movies since I could remember as a kid. Gina Davis just did it for me as a child. Like I was like, I want to know who this woman is. She kind of reminds me of maybe my childhood babysitter a little bit. But for Christmas one year, as a former band nerd, I got a lot of music books, and the one that I probably played the most was "This Used to Be My Playground." This used to be my childhood dream.
Oh
this is just me with an alto saxophone at 12 o'clock playing music because my parents sometimes made me play outside because it was too annoying. And so I have to go put my music books up on the golf cart to I'm sure the neighbors hated me. Well, the neighbors hated me for a lot of things, but
oh my god. Any other best? I'm trying to think what else remake wise.
I appreciate, and again, it didn't give me the same feel. And I didn't finish it. I think I did finish the first. I don't know. I don't think it went another season. But Murphy Brown, like I loved Murphy Brown as a kid. I was obsessed with Murphy Brown, and they did I don't want to call it. I guess it was be a reboot because they're like, oh, she's older now, and her kid's now doing things, and it was cute.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say awful. But also, it wasn't like, oh, I feel the same way about it. When I was younger, like God, I was like a 50-year-old man as a child, apparently.
That and Wings, especially my music taste. Empty Nest.
Oh
Nurses.
My God.
I watched soap operas. I did not watch kids shows. I watched all old ass adult shows that were meant for 70-year-old
Designing women.
Designing women.
I love that one. So let me tell you, our
Coach?
recital theme. Oh my God, I love Coach. Our recital this year theme is based on colors, right? So pick a song that talks about colors or has colors in it. And I thought my adults, oh God, it would be so great if they came out to "Thank You for Being a Friend" and went into "We Are Golden," and have them all dressed like little old ladies. But I have one guy in my class, and I'm like, you can be from Empty Nest. And so many people forget that they're connected.
They are connected. And that's where Nurses came from too. Nurses was a spinoff.
Nurses?
Of Empty Nest. Yes, that was the spinoff of Empty Nest.
I've never heard of Nurses.
Yep. It was the spinoff. I forgot which daughter. Oh my God, look at my hair caught in my necklace. That's amazing.
You're basically braiding it in front of you right now.
I know, right? There we go. Nurses.
You just put it right back on your necklace and pull it apart. All right. Somebody give her a fidget spinner.
I really do need a fidget spinner. Anyway, Nurses was a spinoff of Empty Nest, and I loved both of them because they would come on back to back. What was Evening Shade with Burt Reynolds? That was another favorite of mine on CBS. I loved Evening Shade. I was an old lady. The only new shows I watched Nickelodeon, and then I would watch Beavis and Butthead and The Simpsons.
Daria.
Sorry. No, well, yeah, sorry, but mostly. And Beavis and Butthead still holds up. I just watched it recently, but you got to watch it when you're high. But when you're high, Beavis and Butthead still slaps. It's still
I
so funny.
Never really got into. I mean, I kind of like the movie Beavis and Butthead Do America. I thought that was pretty good.
Lesbian Seagull.
Oh my God. But for the cartoon, I really wasn't a big Beavis and Butthead guy.
It's so watch some of it, like that and Ren and Stimpy when you watch it.
Oh my God, Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy was worse than Beavis and Butthead.
Television.
It was worse. And my mom all the time would let us watch Ren and Stimpy because it was on Nickelodeon, but we weren't allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead. We would sneak it. And it's like, looking back on it now, I know, right? Looking back on it now, Beavis and Butthead was nothing compared to Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy were like simulating butt sex.
They sure were with the log.
With the log and the saw. Log,
Oh
log. It's better than bad. It's good. It's log.
Right.
It's log. It's better than bad. It's wood. It's literally wood. Wood.
That's not the lyric.
What is it?
It's better than bad. It's good.
But I thought there's.
It's log. Yeah, it's log. It's log. It's big. It's heavy. It's wood. It's log. Log. It's better than bad. It's good. Everyone wants.
Okay, I was not expecting to be fact checked on this. Can someone please call my publicist?
I don't know if you've heard, but I have a PhD. I have a PhD in songs from Ren and Stimpy. I know every word to every song. Royal Canadian Kilted Yaxmen, do not play with me. I will sing every single
5, 6, 7, 8.
No, don't play with me because I will sing every single
5, 6, 7, 8. I'm literally playing.
We are at 40 minutes and we have not even got to Facebook.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Our country reeks of trees. Our yaks are really large and they smell like rotting beef carcasses. Fuck.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, she's a liar.
We have to clean up after them, and our saddle sores are the best. We proudly wear women's clothing, and searing sand blows up our skirts, and the buzzards, they soar overhead, and poisonous snakes will devour us whole. Our bones will bleach in the sun, and we will probably go to hell, and that is our great reward for being the Royal Canadian Kilted Yaxman.
Yay, come on, Yaxman.
Anyway, we are so, oh my God, this is ADHD.
This is us. This is us. This is.
But you know what? It's been a week, so we deserve it. We deserve to go on a rant.
Now let's talk about things that were less pleasing. Less pleasing.
Yeah, I got 2 stinkers.
Okay, what do you have?
My first was so fucking disrespectful, and when I watched it, I wanted to love it, but it actually just made me irrationally angry, where I had to turn it off and reflect. And then I revisited it again. And that remake is the fucking Selena Netflix shit that they did. They took the movie and remade it into a TV series. It was so bad.
I remember texting you and being like, what the fuck?
I wanted, again, I give the benefit of the doubt. I was like, maybe it won't be so bad. But it's one of those things where it's like, J-Lo shined in that role. She shone. Whatever the tense is.
Yeah. No,
it's perfect. It's a perfect movie. It is 10 out of 10, no notes. However, this miniseries, she made Selena like more sexual, and Selena wasn't really. She was a fully grown woman, but she had this swag about her that was like natural sex appeal that she didn't like. For instance, if Rihanna walks in a room and she's in a trench coat and a hat, you're like, God damn, that woman's correct. And that's how real Selena was, where this girl who was not naturally sexy in real life kind of oversold it to feel Selena's whatever. But like,
I can't blame her for that. That's direction.
No, it was her.
No, because the director could have fixed it. The director could have been like, hey, honey, take it down.
Well, no, just all throughout, she was just not good at Selena. It was just not good. It was rushed, and it was also very sanitized, where essentially Selena could do no wrong, when in real life she had flaws. And like, you know, you saw in the movie how she snuck to get married and all this stuff. So she was still
going to wear this bustier whether you like it or not.
Exactly. She was a normal girl, you know, who had her flaws, and they made it seem too goody two shoes. Like, she was not, you know, she was very wholesome, you know, she was a wholesome girl, but they made it too sweet, and it was really disappointing. I was very sad, and the family blessed it. The family, you know, because it was so, you know, it put a certain light on Selena that they were like, yes, go with this. They, you know, they just whatever put their stamp on it, but like it was not good. So there's that. And then my second stinker is fucking Fuller House on Netflix.
They're okay. So Fuller House is good for two things.
What?
The fact that I think Jodie Sweetin's drug issue was part of the show, right? Like, didn't her character suffer?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember
know.
because I tried
But
to
I feel
erase
like
it. I men in blacked it out of my head.
They took something from her real life to help like make it real, like human. I thought was good.
I don't remember.
And then my favorite thing to ever come from this show is Kimmy Gibbler's brother. Oh, the fucking hey. That man is beautiful.
Oh, I think I remember that. Okay.
Oh
okay.
my
I will
God.
give you that. I will give you that.
Oh, his doofy, dumbass. Everything is about. I'm like, I can fix him. I can change him. I can love him.
It was just so fucking corny and like, granted, the
original but Full House was corny.
But here's the thing: I literally had this conversation with Jason the other day. So when I was a kid, I've never liked corny shit. Hence why I was watching fucking Empty Nest and Evening Shade and Designing Women at like 7 years old. I don't like corny shit. And so I remember as a kid watching Full House and I was like, okay, this is kind of sappy, but I never remember watching it and thinking it was corny. The show that I thought was corny as a kid / teenager was Seventh Heaven. That was the show where I was like, oh, hell no, I'm never watching this. It is too much corn. No. But Full House, I never had issue with because I was like, it's a sitcom.
Because they had humor in it. They had a laugh track, for fuck's sake.
But
Stephanie drove her car into the dining room.
Yeah, listen, you'd be here with another host if I had done that as a kid. My parents would have fucking yeeted me out of that house so fast.
I was yeeted for less.
Oh my God, stop. But yeah, Fuller House was a disappointment to me, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but it was just too much saccharine sweetness, like just bleh. And I don't think it ever came back. Like they never addressed Danny Tanner dying, right? I think it ended before Bob Saget died.
Here in Orlando.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
think they did. Honestly, I don't remember.
Because was he even brought up in it?
He was on it for the first 2 seasons. Yeah.
Oh, see,
all the guys came back. But I think they were done filming by the time. I don't think they talked about it on the show. Because like, for instance, on the Saved by the Bell reboot, they talk about Screech in an episode. They're all sitting at the Max and they're like, oh, remember when Screech, and it gets really fucking sad for a second because they're like, God, we miss
But he
Screech.
stabbed a guy at a bar. I think on Christmas. I don't know.
Did, but then he was like trying to get his life right and then he got cancer. Like, it's horrible. But they did a nice little tribute to Screech, where with this, it was just, I don't think they did. But yeah, Selena, Fuller House, Netflix, you fucked up.
You know what drives me absolutely insane? And I was legitimately excited about this until it happened.
Oh, God.
And I was like, you didn't reboot or remake. You just redid the same goddamn movie, The Lion King. The Lion King.
Well,
I'm talking
we need
shot for shot. Like, here's Pumbaa running. Like, no, like you could put them side by side and it's the same goddamn. I'm sorry, hold on. What did they call it? They called it the live action, but there was nothing live in this show. Like, no, I'm sorry. You did not get a pass. Beyonce's new song is fine. That's it. It's a wrap. I'd rather have the cartoon.
I've never made it through it. I've tried watching. Ironically, both times I've tried to watch it have been on airplanes.
I went to the fucking theater for this thing.
No,
I go to the theater for I, Tonya. I went for Barbie, and I went for Wicked, and I went for fucking Lion King, and I was like,
no, what a waste.
Done.
Oh my God. You're coming to the movies for Megan 2. Oh no, you came for Megan. So we got to do Megan 2. Yeah, Megan 2 is in
also?
June. Megan also. I need to find the date so we can all request off and do what we did last time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dear listeners, really quick, when we saw when Megan came out, we were like, she's about to be gay icon. We have to be a part of this. So it was like 6 of us, and we all took the day off of work on like a Tuesday. No, it was a Tuesday. It was a Monday or Tuesday, yeah.
It was a Monday because I was off.
Okay, yeah. So it was a Monday, and we went and saw it like in the middle of the afternoon for a matinee, and we got drunk beforehand across the street. And then we drank, and no, the bar wasn't even open in the movie theater. So I had, yes. And then the bar wasn't open, but I had like 5 cans of wine in my bag. So I just like passed them out like a mom. I was like, here's your Chardonnay, babe. Here's your Pinot Grigio. And we watched Megan, and there was like no one else in the theater. And it was so much fun.
And also our friend Lindsay couldn't make it because she was ill. So we FaceTimed her, and she watched the whole thing on FaceTime and texting us commentary the entire way through.
Oh my God. I'm putting a reminder literally on my desk right now because I'm going to create a Facebook event for Megan in June.
Lindsay is not allowed to come. She can only FaceTime it from her toilet.
Oh my God. All right. So those were mine. What about you? What about you, Stephen? What have been your
we just went
ones?
through this. I just told you about the Lion
Oh my
King.
God. It's just one.
Oh
okay. I thought you had like multiple.
Let me see. I still okay, so have you seen the remake of Pinocchio?
With Tom Hanks?
Like, well, no, maybe question mark. No, it's like it was done in like the past couple of years.
So there's been 2 Pinocchios that have come out. There's one on Disney Plus with Tom Hanks and Cynthia Erivo, and then there's the claymation one, which I can guarantee you can guess which one I have seen, which one I have not seen.
I feel like the one that I watched wasn't necessarily claymation, but gave that effect.
Was it stop motion, which I also hate?
I don't know. It was with the really creepy blue fairy.
Okay, because the Blue Fairy and the Tom Hanks one was Cynthia Erivo, so you would have remembered that.
Oh yeah, no, I would have remembered that. No, this one.
Have you seen that one?
I have not seen that one.
So that one, just watch Cynthia Erivo sing "When You Wish Upon a Star." Maybe watch a little bit more. Watch Pleasure Island because it's really pretty in that remake. But then that's it. It wasn't good. Even Tom Hanks couldn't save it as Geppetto. Geppetto. But no, I have not seen that one because again, anything with stop motion or claymation is not.
I feel like it was a cartoon. I don't know. We'll look into this more later. And another one that I'm still upset about you at is Cobra Kai, and you can just listen back to several episodes. That is not a best. That is not a best.
It is.
No, it
yes,
is not.
It Don't make me get my Cobra Kai shirt out because I will.
In so many ways.
So Jason loves it. And I keep telling him, I'm like, if you love Cobra Kai, you will love soap operas because I will watch it with him. And I'm like, oh, A, B, and C is about to happen. I can tell. And then it happens. And he's like, how do you know? Because it is set up like a soap opera. So certain like you notice little nuances, or like if somebody mentions like, yeah, one time my mom broke her arm and they say if she falls again, she'll die. And I'm like, all right, great. So she's going to fall again next episode and die.
Or somebody's going to break an arm.
Correct. So like you learn certain nuances and whatnot, but like it's literally a soap opera with karate. That's how you have to look at it. It doesn't take itself seriously.
Karate opera.
How far did you make it?
I just finished season 1, I think. I'm still going, just slowly. I'm going
Season
slowly.
2 is when it gets fire. And like,
does it? Fire in a real way or fire in a I'm making Steven watch this kind of way? Because that seems what the first season was all about. Is like, I got him to watch this.
It's so good. I love Cobra Kai. And the new episodes come out in a month.
You know what, Heather? Take us to the face place. Tell us what the people are saying.
Yeah, let's see here. So we asked people on Le Facebook. We said, best, worst, what do you wish could be a remake? So my girl Shirley, who is my UK babe, she said literally every live action remake Disney has done since the 2010s have been awful.
Okay.
I object.
Which one?
Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, that one was good.
Mermaid.
I didn't mind Beauty and the Beast as much as many people did. I know they were like, oh, she can't sing. She's not casting, blah, 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 blah. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me.
I do love Luke Evans, though. Gaston. I love me some Luke Evans. He is chef's kiss.
I said he did.
What?
He dies in the movie. So I said,
Oh, I
say
thought you meant he died in
did.
real life. I was like, no, he didn't.
You think I even know who this man is? Come on.
He's a homosexual.
I don't know them all, Heather.
I guess
I don't know
you
them
know every
all.
gay person.
I know
Oh
like
my God.
5 or 6 now. I'm a retired gay in an oversized hoodie sitting here on my sofa in 40-degree weather.
Oh Lord. So yeah, I love The Little Mermaid. I'm not just saying that because I'm black. I really genuinely did love.
No, it was really well done. But
if
also
it
though,
had been
it
bad.
dangerously got close to doing the same thing that Lion King did. There were definitely several scenes that were like, I've seen this.
Oh, and then like Scuttle was scary.
The Scuttlebutt. That
looked
song
weird.
didn't need to happen.
Oh, awful. That song could have gone. That's
Scuttlebutt.
awful. Okay, so my friend Valet, she said worst by a landslide is the horrendously bad remake of The Omen, which I think was the one with Julius. No, I think there's been another because there was the one with
Omen is the little devil boy.
Damien, because there was an Omen that came out with Julia Stiles, and then I think maybe another one has come out. Yeah,
that girl from Save the Last Dance.
Yes, that was the first Owen movie I ever saw. Was that her? With her.
That's her.
Oh, I almost said they're all gonna laugh at you. It's anything. What is it?
That's Carrie.
I know, but when they say Damien, it's for you, Damien. Damien, it's for you.
I'm the devil. Is what he replied back.
Yes. And then she also said the best remake for her was, and she brought up something I forgot. Little Shop of Horrors in the 80s was a remake of a movie from 1960. So she was saying that the 1980s remake of Little Shop of Horrors is her favorite, which
valid. I didn't know it was a remake.
None of us did. She posted
We're talking about with the guy of Honey, I Shrunk Your Kids guy, right?
He was in the movie. Apparently there was an original one in 1960.
Interesting. I feel like I want to watch and see how bad that is.
Yep. And then my friend Austin said the newer Charmed series is Dog Water. The original is the best. I forgot they did reboot Charmed.
I never watched Charmed. Do you ever watch Charmed?
No.
Yeah,
my mom did. My mom loved that show.
I think they're witches or something, right?
Yes. Shannon Doherty was one. May she rest. Oh, Shannon Doherty.
Oh, she did?
She did. Let's see. My friend Lindsay from high school, she said the DuckTales reboot is fantastic.
I loved the DuckTales reboot. It was done so well. Oh my God, I forgot to.
I want to watch it.
About that,
I need to watch it. Yeah.
Oh, it was so good, and it was even funny is that I was thinking about DuckTales earlier today because I saw your brother post on his what is it?
Games and Awesome Stuff. Yes.
Games and Awesome Stuff. He
subscribe to Games and Awesome Stuffs. Yeah.
On YouTube and a podcast. Yes.
Oh, the cartoons. Yeah, the cartoons.
No, but I'm asking. He has a podcast and YouTube
and a channel.
Yeah. Yes. On a channel. So go follow him. But when he asked what the theme song, the best theme song was, it's clearly DuckTales. Life is like a hurricane.
Alvin and the Chipmunks is better. Watch out, cause here we come. That song is and that song comes. See, here's the thing. DuckTales has a slow build. DuckTales. It builds.
Life is like a
Alvin and the Chipmunks out the fucking gate. Out the gate. They start off strong. I love it. Speaking of which, speaking of rodents, I have been obsessed lately. I love movie scores, as we've discussed before, and I've been obsessed lately. My score of the moment is An American Tail, which is such a gorgeous score. And like I was listening to There's No Cats in America.
My 5th grade exhibition, I guess.
No I love that song. I love that song so much.
Pale moonlight.
Do you know that like literally until like 3 years ago, I always thought they were saying beneath a pebble light, like a pebble light. It's
in my world moonlight. That makes total sense. How many
That's
words
an episode we
right?
should do. We should do a misheard lyrics episode. Beneath a pebble light.
Oh, so we could do a 47 part.
So I was up at talent shows as a kid singing Pebble Late, and no one said anything. That's what's
because you know
up.
what? Sometimes when you sing, and I'm very bad at this, is you just say words that sound like it. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
But there is a song on the soundtrack / score called "Give Me Your Tired, Your Poor," and it's the poem that's written on the statue.
Am I being given to these?
No,
nights?
but like I literally sat at my desk today. I sat at my desk today at work because I was listening to it, and I had to turn it off because it made me cry. Because it's essentially the poem that's on the Statue of Liberty, the Colossus poem, which is "Give me your tired, your weak, your poor." It's a poem saying essentially, if you're an immigrant and you've exhausted all your options, come to America. We love you. And so they set it to music, and I was like, nope, we're not doing this today. Turn it off. I'll send it to you after. It is so beautiful.
I don't know if I can listen to it now.
I know.
At this particular time.
Anyway, back to Facebook.
Yes, back to the face, please.
DuckTales. Our friend Scott said Battlestar Galactica.
Never got into Battlestar Galactica. That was a movie and then a TV show, or is it a movie and then a movie?
I think it was a movie and then a TV show.
Uh-oh.
Is the cat
Clayton's
there?
outside. Yeah, it's
Clayton?
Clayton's the third cat.
Oh my God.
So we have Noodle, we have Doodle, and now Clayton.
Oh my God. I named Noodle, by the way. Thank you.
You
Noodle
did.
Was me.
So it's like, I need a name. And Noodle has a fatter face, and this is Clayton who has a thinner face. And he's actually looking at me right now because I haven't had a chance to dump out the water from the food bowl outside from the rain today.
He'll live. So he'll be fine.
He is like, oh, well, I can't eat here tonight, so I guess I'm going to leave. And he just peaced out. So thanks for the love, Clayton.
So husband of the pod, Jason, said that the worst remake was RoboCop in 2014. They made his armor black instead of silver.
That's my favorite reason for a straight man ever to hate something is like they didn't accessorize the outfit correctly. No. No. His color scheme was off. His aura was off.
I've seen RoboCop like twice in my life. It's fine. But Jason and I constantly get into arguments because he does not believe that the dance called the RoboCop is a real thing because he's like, RoboCop never did that. And I'm like, it is. It is called.
And first of all, I love your interpretation of it. That's adorable. It's more of a... There it is. Can I tell you how many times I put the RoboCop into my dances?
Jason, it is a real dance, and people know it as the RoboCop. And it doesn't matter if RoboCop didn't do it in the movie. Did the person they named Charleston after really do the Charleston? No. So
he might have. I don't know. I wasn't there. But
right.
Let me tell you my favorite thing. My favorite thing.
Mr. Charleston Chew. It was Charleston Chew.
He was friends with Mr. Klondike.
Mr. Chew.
Oh my God. One of my favorite things ever is from The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Have you ever seen it with Titus Burgess?
I love Kimmy
Oh
Schmidt.
my God.
So good.
So when he's talking about where he was married in the past in Mississippi, whatnot, and they like played a thing to his like old wedding back in the day, like
I remember. Yeah,
he's like, I didn't know what to do, so all I could do is RoboCop my way out of that ceremony. And he just looks with a straight face, and he's just like, "This is me doing the RoboCop," and he just walks out of the door and disappears from her life for eons.
Oh my God!
And it gives me so much joy. But I RoboCop all the fucking time. I have so many dances for when I worked at P House. It's like, no, we're doing the RoboCop again. We're doing it again. If you look up the Mario production that I did at Parliament House, features the RoboCop.
The RoboCop, several times. Yes, the RoboCop. It's a dance, Jason. It's a dance. Anyway,
I'm gonna text him right now and say that.
So my friend Jared said the worst reboot was the Munsters reboot film by Rob Zombie on Netflix. I
was a Munsters fan as a kid. I loved it.
Same.
Like I used to have a widow's peak before my receding hairline.
Come on, Eddie.
Yeah, and my first band director before he got caught up in all that fraud and stuff, used to call me Eddie Munster because of it. And then I was so excited that they were redoing it again. I was like, this guy has never seen an episode of The Munsters in his entire life. Like, it did not hit anything for me.
Oh my God. Are you texting Jason?
I am. Is he at home right now?
No, he's at work.
I'm saying FYI, the RoboCop is a dance.
Oh my God.
I meant to ask, is he also off on Friday by chance? To go to the cat circus?
He's off on Sunday.
Well, I think Sunday matinee is gonna be hard for me to make because I have a 1 o'clock class.
Yeah. No, I'll check with him. I'll see what time he's off on.
Just make sure.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
I'll see if he replies back to me.
So our friend Ginger said, controversial, but I loved the Will and Grace and Fuller House reboots.
Okay, so as a young gay in the times of the early 1900s, when Will and Grace came out, I never wanted to watch it because I didn't want anybody to clock me as being a homosexual.
As a homosexual.
So I distanced myself, and I never gave myself like the opportunity to ever like I've seen clips and I've seen shows, and Megan Mullally, that's her name, like Mullally.
Megan Mullally, yeah. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I'm a bad ally. I've never seen it either. It was one of my questions on the floor. It's one of my questions on the floor that I did get correct. So I always am like, oh, Will and Grace. At least I didn't let the gays down. I let everyone else who watched fucking Modern Family.
I'm supposed to be on your curtails right now, and
I know, right? And here we are.
For
we're
20
not,
people. No,
we're not on a yacht in fucking San Tropez. Okay, so our friend Leslie said, worst remake, Dirty Dancing, best It.
Okay, so we agree on that.
Dirty Dancing, did they remake? Oh, they did remake Dirty Dancing, because I remember there was a newer soundtrack that came out and it was real bad. They did remake Dirty Dancing.
I don't think I saw this.
Hold on, I gotta remember.
Knew it existed.
Because I remember like finding the soundtrack somewhere and I was like, oh, this is not good. Dirty Dancing.
That could be any soundtrack, honestly.
Dirty Dancing 2017 was when it came out.
Who was in it?
Abigail Breslin was Frances.
Oh, Abigail Breslin?
Was
like
she
Little Miss Sunshine?
Oh, she was. Yeah, Little Miss Sunshine, the little girl from Sign. She was baby. Some man named Colt Prats was Johnny.
That sounds like he was in High School Musical.
Sarah Hyland from Modern Family was this other sister, Lisa. And
which one was she?
Like her. She was the older sister that did the. Are you talking about Modern Family?
Yeah.
She's the oldest daughter.
Yes.
Haley?
But I love that you made a couple of hand gestures like I was supposed to know what that means.
Well, I meant Dirty Dancing. I thought you meant the sister in Dirty Dancing doing the mamba. Okay. And then the mom was played by Deborah Bessing. How ironic. Nicole Scherzinger played the lady that had to get the abortion.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Because Baby was only like a couple of years younger than Abortion Lady. Or Lockjaw Lady, if you look on Family Guy. So
no, that's not true, because in the movie, Baby looked like a baby, and
she was like 16.
And Penny was like 30.
17. She was not that much. She did not look that much older. I'm gonna have to put you on a quick pause. I'm gonna have to put you on a quick pause because my dog is yelling for water and he's throwing his bowl around. So
oh Lord, I'm gonna tell everybody about how Penny did not look like she was a teenager. She looked like a fully grown adult who made the decision to do what she did. Let's go back to Facebook to see what people said. Our friend Jeff said, I want Death Becomes Her with Cher and Madonna in the lead roles. So I feel like that could have worked probably in like 1990, but Cher and Madonna now, unless they did like a scene where they've went like forward in time, I could see that. But I would love to see like, I don't know, I'd have to think about who could do Death Becomes Her in 2025. There's a lot of options out there, my friends. And my brain immediately goes to Sabrina Carpenter because of her Taste video. Her music video for Taste was kind of like Death Becomes Her at the end. And so I'm like, oh, Sabrina Carpenter. Stephen is completely gone. So we are here right now, and hopefully he's going to edit this part out of the podcast. As right now we're staring at a couch, and he better edit this out because otherwise there's really not a lot going on, friends. So I'm just going to. So I was telling the audience, and we can revisit this. So we're going to pick back up. So our friend Jeff on Facebook, good old Jeff, he said, I want Death Becomes Her with Cher and Madonna in the lead roles.
I don't think I want that.
They're too old for it. Like, and
well, I don't think that
I'm
they're
not
too old.
Yes.
But here is I will never be able to say that's not Cher, that's not Madonna at this point.
Oh, because they're so ingrained. It's almost like burlesque. Like burlesque, you're like, oh, that's Cher. That's not.
Like I give a pass a little bit on that because I love that movie so much. But it's just a little bit of a pass. But like on Mermaids, I never thought that was Cher. Like another thing that she's done, I've never thought that was Cher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's always like you do such a good job, you take me out of it. And I want that. And I feel like it would just be purely stunt casting. And I feel like
Madonna with a League of Their Own. I do actually forget she's Madonna, and I fully believe she is the character of May.
Because
like it works.
She is nothing Madonna like in that entire movie, except for maybe she's sex positive.
Yeah, but even when she's like Breathless Mahoney and Dick Tracy, I'm like, oh, that's Madonna. Like,
yeah.
Sooner or late, I need to watch Dick Tracy. I wonder if that's on Disney Plus. Have you ever seen it?
Probably everything's there. I have seen it. It's been a long time.
My brother was Dick Tracy for Halloween, and I wanted to be Breathless Mahoney, and my mom was like, absolutely not. So I had to be like Lisa Simpson.
Yes, let's change your color from
black
to
my brother got to be Dick Tracy with the hat and everything. Whatever. I'm not bitter. I'm not.
No.
That's why I'm in therapy. But anyway, that is what we had on Facebook. So I feel like we're at an hour and 12. Yeah, that was it. I told you it wasn't like a big response.
I thought we had more.
No.
So, folks at home, we would love to hear from you. Do you have a favorite? Can you go to our YouTube page and maybe you don't have to watch the whole video. Maybe just give it like a click and a like, and then tell us reboots and remakes that you hated and that you loved.
Actually, you know what, Stephen? I feel like we should pose a challenge to our listeners/watchers. Whoever goes to YouTube and types the first comment with a subject matter, that will be the subject matter of our next episode.
Oh, so if I don't like it, I can just go through and delete it?
Yes, you can. We could. We pretend like we know. Oh, sorry, I didn't see it.
Heather, for the listeners at home, how many times have I come up with a very good topic?
We're on episode.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Right?
It's less than one.
I was going to say one.
Heather is the one who comes up with these ideas. I'm like, yes, that's great. And I think there's like one time I suggested something, you were like, no, how about this? And I was like, you're right, that's better.
Because in my phone, in my little notes tab, I have like a whole running list of things. And like, it'll be the middle of the night and I think of things. So like, for instance, last night at like 3 a.m., I wrote worst trouble as a kid and adult. Like, I want to know, you and everyone on Facebook, what's the worst trouble you got in as a kid and what's the worst trouble you got in as an adult?
So as a kid.
No, do not spoil it.
Times. Because here's the thing, is you're going to have to get the whole story. You're going to have to get the whole story. Is that, and I've said this I think before,
you know what?
On the podcast. I said it before. I pushed both of my siblings through a wall as a child. Fully. Into like a closet. One got stuck in a wall.
Oh God. But I'm talking
Fuck
about
with me, fellas.
But like, did you get in trouble for it?
Oh my God, did I ever? Okay, so here's the whole thing.
I don't want to hear it because it's for the podcast.
I just want to tell you because
it's not like the worst thing you ever did. Because trust me, as a child and as an adult, I've done some terrible things, but I have not got caught. But I can think of 2 times in both my adult life and my adult life and my kid life where I was like, this is it. Like I'm never coming. It's like the Joe Exotic meme. I'm never going to financially recover from this.
I'm never going to financially recover from this. No, you're not.
So we should just do that for our next episode, and then whoever comments, that'll be the episode that comes next.
Or no, we're gonna honor the first one. We're just gonna have the other one. We need some time for people to like forget that I pushed my siblings through a wall. And the reason will shock you. Because one of them, I was the pettiest petty princess ever. Anyway, anger issues.
Because if you think about it with me, it's like the worst trouble I ever should have got into was when I fucking beat a bitch in the middle of a restaurant International Drive on a Friday.
But your mom wasn't around for that, though. No, your mom wasn't.
But my mom also would have my mom would have been in the fight with me, 1,000,000,000%.
Well, then she would have also said, Heather, I know what I did out there. I beat some bitch's ass for talking shit, but that's not how we do it in this house. This is not what we're gonna do. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. She would do it, but then she would backtrack and be like, that wasn't right. And then on the inside, she's going to high five herself later on.
Anyway, what were you saying before I so rudely interrupted you?
Follow us on YouTube and Instagram and Faceplace and all the places. Like and subscribe. Yes. I would love one or two comments on like a podcast device or app or whatnot. Just be like, hey, these guys are kind of okay. So also, if here's the thing, we'll give you another one. If you comment 4 stars, I'm not even gonna ask for 5. We have 4 stars and add a comment.
Reach for the stars. 5.
I want somebody to say something like, these two are tolerable. If I see that, you can also pick an episode.
Ooh.
Yeah. I want something like the most passive aggressive, like, oh, well, I guess that was the podcast kind of comment. And then you get to pick an episode topic.
All right, y'all. Yeah. I was going to say something profound and I just, There's anyway, bye.
Profound, only bad times still living. And my dog is still trying to crawl inside my oversized hoodie, which if you go on YouTube, you can see him getting snuggly. Well,
you better cut this shit out of the podcast.
Let's see if I remember to.
Well, hopefully you watch it before you edit it.
I usually don't.
Steven, you have to watch it.
I'm sorry. I don't have an hour and 10 minutes of extra time in my life to sit here and go through every frame of this stuff.
Well, let me